Okay, now we're going to look into adding headings and paragraphs. Now, I'm going to show you this one in particular because the reason for this is because, as I said, every paper is different, and this particular exam paper has a key of the tables underneath of what colours they expect their headings and their paragraphs to be. So you're going to need to constantly check that. But if you make a mistake, I will obviously show you how to go back on it. So we're going to look at these ones. This is heading 3 and paragraph, okay? H3 and paragraph. So as you know with the table, it splits it up into body, the part of the style sheet they want you to style, and the style. So here we go. Right, so H3. Now, first of all, as you know, you go to New, and New Style. Always go to Selector at the top and find H3 for heading. So this breaks it up. Basically, it's a good naming convention, so otherwise all your styles are going to be called New Style 1, New Style 2, and so on. So we need to break it up. So H3. Now, it wants me to put in the font face. Okay, so we need to go to Font. And then it wants me to include the browser's default serif font. Okay, that's very straightforward. So here we are, the font family, and we just scroll down until we find serif, or you can even type it in. So there's, oops, I'm just going to type in, apologies, serif, there we go. I'm just going to type it in, there we are. And the next one we're going to put in is alignment fully justified. Now, alignment won't be here. It's going to be in block. Okay, you can always, I mean, you know, learning this is obviously fairly new for me, and I've had to sometimes just keep going through the menus and going through them until you get to know them. This is why practicing as much as you can is very important, so you get to know it. So justify, I believe it was, let me double check that. Yep, fully justified, and the size is 16 pixels. So you go to font and font size and you type in 16. Now you need to check exactly what they're asking for, because some don't ask for pixels, they ask for points. Okay, so if you go down here, you can see there's points, inches, centimeters, millimeters. I think that might be percentages, and I'm not sure what these ones are. Okay, but they want pixels. Pixels is px. Okay, now go to, so that looks like to me that one is done. However, we need to check our attributes and styles. Okay, so here H3 needs to be on color red 40, green 40, and blue 0. Okay, so before we go anywhere, we need to select our color. So red, here we are, 40, green 40, and 0. Apply. There we are. And that's that done. There we are. Next thing is paragraph. So you always click on the line that's empty underneath. Go to Style, New Style. And now we're on P for paragraph. Okay, so scroll down to P. Here we are. And let's check. So scroll up. So the font, they want to be default sans serif this time. Okay, which we can find from the menu. Here we are. Scroll all the way down to S. And here is the sans serif. Next thing is we go to fully justified size 12 pixels. So I've got to know this a little bit now, so I'm just going to type in 12 here and then go to block and justify. Here we are. There we go. And now, as we said, well, I'm going to apply this, press OK, and whoops, I've made an error, okay, purpose error, but I forgot to put in my colours. Now, if we do that, make sure you selected the Manage tab over here, and I'm just simply going to right click and I'm going to modify my style. Okay, so I'm going to select my colour now. My colour is 00 and 80 for blue. So go down here, and it's obviously mostly blue, so I might click on blue here. Not that it makes a difference, but you may want to click around. Okay, and if you can't find what you want, you just edit what's here. It's not exactly difficult. And 80. There we are. See our colours come up as a navy blue. Press OK, and we're done. So that's our 2 headings done. One more thing I'd just like to point out actually is if you did put a heading in, so I'm just going to put another one in here, and they ask for 2 different fonts. Okay, so they may ask for something like a common one I've come across is Arial, and then the default is sans serif. So if, there we go, change the name here to H4. So if they say Arial and then defaults to sans serif, if the browser cannot find Arial, is all you have to do is simply delete the other font there and then press OK, and it's done. Okay, right, happy CSSing.